Is the authorized medium of exchange. Coined money is called coin or specie. What are termed in England banknotes are in the United States commonly called bills, as a $5 bill. The notes of responsible men are readily transferable in commercial circles, but they are not money, as the stock was sold for $500 in money and the balance in merchantable paper. Cash is a specie or money in hand, or paid in hand, as the cash account, the cash price. In the legal sense, property is not money, and money is not property, for property is that which has inherent value, while money, as such, has but representative value, and may or may not have intrinsic value. Bullion is either gold or silver uncoined, or the coined metal considered without reference to its coinage, but simply as merchandise, when its value as bullion may be very different from its value as money. The word capital is used chiefly of accumulated property or money invested in productive enterprises or available for such investment. Morose. Synonyms: acrimonious, churlish, crabbed, crusty, dogged, gloomy, gruff, ill-humored, ill-natured, severe, snappish, sour, splenetic, sulky, sullen, surly. The sullen and sulky are discontented and resentful in regard to that against which they are too proud to protest or consider all protest vain. Sullen denotes more of pride, sulky more of resentful obstinacy. The morose are bitterly dissatisfied with the world in general, and disposed to vent their ill nature upon others. The sullen and sulky are for the most part silent. The morose growled out bitter speeches. A surly person is in a state of latent anger, resenting approach as intrusion and ready to take offense at anything. Thus we speak of a surly dog. Sullen and sulky moods may be transitory. One who is morose or surly is commonly so by disposition or habit. Antonyms: amiable, benignant, bland, complacent, friendly, genial, gentle, good-natured, indulgent, kind, loving, mild, pleasant, sympathetic, tender. Motion. Synonyms: act, action, change, move, movement, passage, process, transit, transition. Motion is change of place or position in space. Transition is a passing from one point or position in space to another. Motion may be either abstract or concrete, more frequently the former. Movement is always concrete, that is, considered in connection with the thing that moves or is moved. Thus we speak of the movements of the planets, but of the laws of planetary motion; of military movements, but of perpetual motion. Move is used chiefly of contests and competition, as in chess or politics, as it is your move, assure the move of the opposition. Action is a more comprehensive word than motion. We now rarely speak of mental or spiritual motions, but rather of mental or spiritual acts or processes, or of the laws of mental action, but a formal proposal of action in a deliberative assembly is termed emotion. Compare ACT. Antonyms: immobility, quiescence, quiet, repose, rest, stillness. Mourn. Synonyms: bemoan, bewail, deplore, grieve, lament, regret, rue, sorrow. To mourn is to feel or express sadness or distress because of some loss, affliction, or misfortune. Mourning is thought of as prolonged. Grief or regret may be transient. One may grieve or mourn, regret, rue, or sorrow without a sound. He bemoans with suppressed and often inarticulate sounds of grief. He bewails with passionate utterance, whether of inarticulate cries or of spoken words. He laments in plaintive or pathetic words, as the prophet Jeremiah in his Lamentations. One deplores with subtle sorrow which may or may not find relief in words. One is made to rue an act by some misfortune resulting or by some penalty or vengeance inflicted because of it. One regrets a slight misfortune or a hasty word. He sorrows over the death of a friend. Antonyms: be joyful, exult, joy, make merry, rejoice, triumph. Mutual. Synonym: common, correlative, interchangeable, joint, reciprocal. That is common to which two or more persons have the same or equal claims, or in which they have equal interest or participation. In the strictest sense, that is mutual, Latin mutare, to change, which is freely interchanged, that is reciprocal in respect to which one act or movement is met by a corresponding act or movement in return. We speak of our common country, mutual affection, reciprocal obligations, the reciprocal action of cause and effect, where the effect becomes in turn a cause. Many good writers hold it incorrect to say a mutual friend, and insist that a common friend would be more accurate. But common friend is practically never used because of the disagreeable suggestion that attaches to common, of ordinary or inferior. Mutual friend has high literary authority, of Burke, Scott, Dickens, and others, and a considerable usage of good society in its favor, the expression being quite naturally derived from the thoroughly correct phrase mutual friendship. Antonyms: detached, disconnected, dissociated, distinct, disunited, separate, separated, severed, sundered, unconnected, unreciprocated, unrequited, unshared. Mysterious. Synonyms: abstruse, cabalistic, dark, enigmatical, hidden, incomprehensible, inexplicable, inscrutable, mystic, mystical, obscure, occult, recondite, secret, transcendental, unfathomable, unfathomed, unknown. That is mysterious in the true sense, which is beyond human comprehension, as the decrees of God or the origin of life. That is mystic or mystical, which has associated with it some hidden or recondite meaning, especially of a religious kind, as the mystic Babylon of the Apocalypse. That is dark, which we can not personally see through, especially if sadly perplexing, as a dark providence. That is secret, which is intentionally hidden. Compare dark. Antonyms. See synonyms for clear. End of section 42.